Don't be fooled, family. They are rewiring the banking system right before your eyes. And I've been telling you since 2020, as you look this way, there's a whole nother narrative going on this way. On this channel, it's not about hype. It's not about hopium. It's about facts, figures, numbers, logic, and building discipline, consistent plans that what? Beat inflation. Because you think you're growing your wealth and you're not even keeping pace with inflation. Remember, we had 24% inflation from 2020 to 2024. So you think your money is growing, but your money is actually just treading water. So I built out a system that helps me not only crush inflation, but get my family set up for the new monetary system for the next 100 years. So in today's video, I'm going to break down, as I reminded you, or I shared with you guys, I'm reminding you, the market's open in 30 minutes from this video. Currently is December 9th, 2025. It is going to be 7 o'clock in 2 minutes. The markets open up where I'm located at. I'm in a different location right now from my current location that I'm usually at my studio, as you can tell. But in about 30 minutes, the markets are going to open and I will be getting XXI, not financial advice. I'm just being open and transparent with you guys with what I'm doing. And then after I share with you the facts, figures, numbers, logic, I'm going to tie down my exact portfolio. Okay. I'm not asking you to copy my portfolio. I'm not asking you to invest in these things. I'm just being open and transparent so you can see into my brain and my thinking of my logical circuit. Okay. If you study history, you would know that there's been 32 major market collapses since the markets have existed in 200 years. This is not a super cycle. It's not different this time. Markets go up, markets go down. I know you want to believe that your favorite asset that you bought is only going to ever go up. And I know you want to believe the hype, and I know you want to believe the hopium, but that's not how winning is done. That's not how Kathy Woods does it. That's not how Ray Dalio does it. It's not how Warren Buffett does it. God rest Charlie Munger's soul. It's not how Robert Kiyosaki does it. They manage through big economic cycles, understanding inflation, okay, interest rates, geopolitical, okay, macroeconomic, and that's how we make our decisions. So the decisions that I'm making, some of them are very speculative for the future, but some of them are really grounded deep. All of them are grounded deep in logic, but some are more speculative than others. That's why I have a balanced portfolio. Some will win, some may not make it. I can't predict the future. What I can do is position my family the best I can based on the knowledge that I have. So I'm going to first show you some logic. We're going to dive into that first. Okay. And we're going to look at this. These are Bitcoin treasuries. And so what I want you to understand, okay, this is how I make my logical decisions. That's why I'm getting into XXI. Be very careful. There's XXII, which is already out. XXI will launch in about 30 minutes on the New York Stock Exchange. I'm not rushing into it. Okay. I didn't get in pre-IPO. I'm going to be buying just a little bit. I'm putting a little bit of money in there, and then there'll usually be a stock pump, and then there'll be a dump, and then I'm going to buy and start dollar cost averaging in, and I'll share with you my exact portfolio after I get done with the logic. Okay. Now, my videos are going to be a little bit shorter this week because I have a little makeshift studio here. The internet isn't that great. I'm in a different country. So I'm going to get that locked in. I'm going to do the best I can to get you the greatest quality videos over the next couple of days. Just bear with me, but I want to make sure that I deliver this content to you every single day. And another thing too, most of you are not subscribed. So the best thing you can do for this type of content, if it helps you, I'm putting out thousands of hours of free content, is just hit that subscribe button. It really helps more people get this information if you think it's valuable. Okay, so let's take a look. So I want you to take a look with me at number one, which is strategy. Okay, that, remember, it used to be micro strategies, which is very important. Okay, so I want you guys to study this stuff. Please, what I want you to do is use this channel as empowerment so you can go study the facts, figures, numbers, logic, so you can make sound decisions. You're not fudded in, you're not fudded out, you're not waiting for price predictions and hopium. Okay. Now remember, strategy B was micro strategies in 2020. Micro strategies, Michael Saylor openly admits this, that the company was in a free fall, right? It was on the way to going bankrupt because what happened is a pandemic. My business, I totally empathize with him. My business, why I empathize with him is, I mean, I'm not at his, it wasn't at his level, obviously, but our business got shut down because of the pandemic. His business model was changing because of the pandemic, and big tech companies or software companies were stealing his employees, right? And so he threw a Hail Mary and he created a Bitcoin treasury. So he got introduced to Bitcoin. He went at based on the engineering side, and the engineering of Bitcoin of having a fixed supply of 21 million, 95% of supply was already gone. Only 5% was left. It was the most scarce asset in the world. Okay. So he threw a Hail Mary. He went to the board of directors and he wanted to do $500 million into Bitcoin. Okay. And they said, hell no, you're not putting $500 million. So what I think the first thing, don't quote me exactly the numbers, but I think the first tranche was 250 million. And then he did a stock buyback for those who did not feel good about what he was doing. So he did 250 million and a stock buyback for those who wanted to get out. Right. And it was the greatest thing he ever did. So if you take a look now, look at where they're at. So strategy, MicroStrategies became Strategy B, a Bitcoin treasury. Strategy is the number one Bitcoin treasury in the world. Remember, they were the only Bitcoin treasury in the world. Look at this now, guys. This is just the top 100 Bitcoin treasures. And why is this extremely important? Okay, you have to use logic. And I'm going to break down each one of these in the top 26 just to show you guys my logical circuit on this. Okay, so he was the only Bitcoin treasury. People started to see his stock valuation go through the roof. Bitcoin grows about 50% every single year. Bitcoin has crushed every single asset class in the last 10 years. Okay. So either Bitcoin was created by somebody, they know who it is. Okay. They know who it is. BlackRock is the number 2 holder through IBIT in Bitcoin now, guys. BlackRock is the number 3 holders in MicroStrategy, Strategy B, who is the number 1 holder in Bitcoin at by a long shot, 660,000 Bitcoin, guys. And the next second place is 53,000 in Bitcoin. So not only is he in number 1 spot by a long shot, but BlackRock is the number 3 holder in MicroStrategies or Strategy B, and BlackRock is the number 2 holder in the world in Bitcoin outside of Satoshi. Okay. Now remember, logic. Larry Fink says if you're worried about your debasement of your country's currency, you might want to get into Bitcoin. When he told you it was a fraud, when he told you it was used for money laundering, Trump also said he's a dollar guy. He doesn't believe in it. Okay. They all said the same narrative in 2017, but Trump also told you you're going to be in an even playing field monetarily before you know it. Okay. Now let's tie this all together. We got strategy. That's number 1. Strategy is number 1. Number 3 is 21 Capital, XXI. Okay. That is the stock that I'm going to start by a little tiny chunk today. Then when it dripped, pump and it'll dump. And then I'm just going to dollar cost average in. I'm not rushing into this one. I'll stack my bags over the next couple of years and get it up into the top 5. Okay. That's my goal. And I'll explain my narrative around that in just a moment. So we got strategy number 1, 21 Capital number 3, which is XXI. Now remember, 21 Capital is connected to Cantor, which is Howard Lutnick, the Commerce Secretary who writes the rules. Okay, Howard Lutnick passed the company Cantor to his son Brandon Lutnick, that's connected to Tether, to SoftBank. Bo Hines left didn't leave America, sorry, left the executive director of digital assets, went to a foreign country, stablecoin. Tether brought it into America. So now Cantor is the custodian for Tether. Are you seeing the connections, guys? Don't get flooded by the bullshit online, guys. They are rewiring the financial system as you know it. So you got 21 Capital is number 3. Let's go down a little bit. I want you to study all these top. Study Riot. That'll give you some. Coinbase, number 8. We got HUD 8 Mining Corporation. Go study who they're connected to. Trump Media, number 11. Donald J. Trump, DJT, 11,000 Bitcoin. Okay, we keep going down. We got Tesla, we got Block, we got Strive, we got, this is where I'm going to get to right here. Galaxy Digital, that's, why did I just forget his name? My apologies. It'll probably pop into my head in just a moment. Let's go down here. And then we got American Bitcoin number 23. Okay, so this goes into my narrative. Okay, this is how I do my investing, buying good companies at a fair price. Okay, so we got XRP number 1. I got Bitcoin number 2. That's the gold. I got WLFI. That's my most speculative investment. That's what I was talking about at the beginning of this video, because that is the DeFi is not launched yet. The real world application is not launched yet. I'm buying in the understanding that I'm going to own part of one of the biggest world banks that is borderless. Okay, that's what's happening. Your banking system's going borderless. Okay, so that's WFI. American Bitcoin is going to be in my number 4 spot. This is on the stock side, just to be clear. The first 3 were crypto side, digital asset. These are stock sides. So we got American Bitcoins at number 23. But the thing I want you to understand about this is American Bitcoin at number 23, guys. They had 0 Bitcoin in April. 0 Bitcoin. And they have 4,367. From 0 Bitcoin to number 23 out of the top 100. The top 100. We have a Bitcoin treasury. I don't know if we'd be considered. We're not We're not a top 100 public companies. Well, this would be Bitcoin Treasury. I don't know how they measure the size of the company, but we have a Bitcoin Treasury for our company, and we're going to create one for our asset management group as well. And so treasuries are basically just the allocation of your assets, right? So we have Bitcoin, we have XRP, we have digital, we have dividend ETFs, right? So I got American Bitcoin that is tied to the system through Eric Trump. Donald Trump Jr. is an investor in it. We had the Winklevoss twins where they talked about it. They reposted about this, saying they're all in on American Bitcoin. So my thought process is I own the picks and shovels. And then we go back up here to 21 Capital that is number 3 in Bitcoin treasuries at 43,000 XXI. So if I buy the stock ticker, I feel that I'm buying into the system, guys. I'm getting what I mean by the system is I'm buying the new financial infrastructure. Okay. I have the top Bitcoin treasury companies in my portfolio. One of them is a mining company that's mining the picks and shovels. Then I own the Bitcoin, the actual gold. It'd be like Robert Kiyosaki owning the mines and then owning the physical gold. Okay. Then you have to look at this. This news that just came out yesterday is breaking. CFTC announces pilot program for Bitcoin to be used as collateral in derivatives market. I don't know how much more bullish we can get. I don't know how much more information you need. You can't even see me with this light coming through, but that looks kind of cool. So we're just going to roll with it. But yeah, that's what we got. So let's talk about our portfolio. As I said, these videos would be a little bit shorter. This is my Makeshift studio. It's kind of cool. We got the light shining through. Amen. So we got Capital DR, cash flow, okay, into appreciating assets, okay, that have fixed supply, protection, cash value life insurance, and leverage. Okay, so let's talk about cash flow. So last bull run, 2020 to 2022, we didn't buy Lambos, Ferraris, big houses. We bought cash flow. We scaled our companies. We did the best we could with the resources that we knew. We knew how to run businesses. So we scaled our businesses. We put our income into scaling businesses, which created more cash flow. So we created multiple companies, and we have 6 companies in multiple different sectors: information, technology, attention, and financial services. We have an education. We have multiple education companies. We have a software company. We have a podcast company. We have a financial firm, which is Freedom Insurance. Am I missing any of them here? And so basically what in Freedom Asset Management Group. So we created companies that have monthly recurring revenue that, we get paid 24 hours a day. Most of our companies have MRR, which is monthly recurring revenue. But if you don't make money while you sleep outside of your income, you're going to work until you die. So then we started getting into dividend stocks. Okay. So we started taking our income and we started investing in other companies that, like Warren Buffett style, that pay us dividends. So there's 2 forms of cash flow coming in. We got our active income. Okay. We got the cash flow coming in from the active income. And then we got the cash flow, 10% of it going into the dividend stocks, which are completely passive. So now we have 2 streams of income. We take the income into assets. Here's my assets. By 2030, it will be XRP number 1. Okay. Bitcoin will continue to be number 2, most likely. We'll see what happens. This can be a while for anything to catch it. WLFI will be number 3. It is in the number 3 spot. It just passed Solana. Then it'll be ABTC on the stock side, American Bitcoin, and XXI. I will dollar cost average, and I'll see where that goes. But my top cryptos as we stand right now are XRP, Bitcoin, WFI, Solana, HBAR, VeChain, and XLM are in my top 7. And I'm going to be consolidating. I mean, we were in that era of, we had all these cryptos and influencers saying, buy this one and try to buy this one. It's like, that's not how winning is done. That's not how investing. You pick a few good companies that you understand your circle of competency, and you go as deep as you can in those. And then when they profit, assets profit, we pull profits. Okay. And we stuff it into cash value life insurance. Now, why do we use cash value life insurance? Okay. The key word is cash value life insurance. They're not retirement policies, because they're being sold as retirement policies. They're very powerful. I think one of the most powerful tools at the bottom of the risk pyramid. They're cash value life insurance. They work amazing if you have cash in them, if you fund them correctly. That is the key component to this. Okay. So number 1, you got to make sure an agent understands how to structure them and then explains to you how you need to properly fund them. That's the biggest misnomers. People are not putting money in these, and they're not even growing, because the first 7 years, yes, there's cost of insurance. Money compounds every 7 years at 10%. We use them as family banks. Okay. Because of tax code 7702A that was created in 1913, we can leverage L against our cash value life insurance at very, very, very no risk. There's no liquidation risk, at very low interest, anywhere around about 5%, Okay, that's the hurdle rate. And if I go buy Bitcoin with the cash value, OPM, other people's money, my money's still compounding. I'm borrowing against the insurance company. I buy something that goes 50% every year. The next bull run, I can pay off that leverage. And now I have free assets. That's how winning is done. And then DR in our capital DR is de-risk, de-risk, de-risk. I'm going to say it one more time. De-risk, de-risk, de-risk. This is not different this time. There's nothing, if you can hear the ocean out there, if you can, I think you might be able to see it. See the tide coming in, the tide going out? That's how God created it. You see how the sun is coming up and the sun's going to go down at the exact same time? That's how God created it. Do you see how where we're at in this current location in this part of the country? It's warm. It's cold in another area of the world. That's how God created it. Markets are exactly the same. What humans try to do. That's why JP Morgan, I didn't say it, he said it. Billionaires use astrology. Millionaires use charts. If your emotions are attached to these markets, you're going to get wrecked. Warren Buffett buys good companies at a fair price, holds them long enough to compound. When they compound, he pulls profits and he does what? He buys more cash flow. That's the key to this, guys. Okay. Get out of the hype, get out of the hopium, get out of the price predictions, build a system, be disciplined, be consistent. Okay. Be honest with yourself. Are you doing everything you need to do physically, spiritually, and financially, especially as a head of the household? You got to get your shit together. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. A couple things I want to share with you guys. Our Freedom Conference, the VIP did sell out. I told you guys it was going to sell out. It sells out every single time. We still do have some general admission tickets, and you can join online this year, guys, from all over the world. The Freedom Conference sells out every single year. So we still have some general admission tickets. They're going to go very, very fast. That's in the description of my video here on YouTube, or click my social media platform. It's on February 6th and 7th in Mesa, Arizona. It'll be February 7th because the VIP sold out. Even the general admission, guys, it's at our facility in our headquarters. It's extremely intimate. We built our own. We have our own conference center. We have our own studios. You can hang out with me, live coach JV, my team. You'll see the lineup of speakers. It's dynamic. You're going to learn our whole capital DR strategy. You're going to be in the tribe. You're going to be in the vibe. But if you can't make it live, guys, it's only $199 to join the online, and you can join from anywhere. It's going to be recorded live, and you'll feel the energy and you'll feel the vibration. So I'll see you in the Freedom Conference, either online or in person, on February 7th, 2026. Again, description of the video, my social media platform. I will see you guys tomorrow. As we always say, Warriors, let's get your shit together. Let's go.